I open the page, they talk to me. Come on now, brew walk for me. Urban gorilla, that sauce on me. Yeah, I was shy, pay the cost on me. He the boss man, he got up on the cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on the cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on the cross. Yeah.
I open them pages, they talk to me. Come on now, brew walk for me. Urban gorilla, that sauce on me. Yeah, I was shy, pay the cost on me. He the boss man, he got up on that cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on that cross for me. He the boss man, he got up on that cross.
I'd like to start by giving off all honor, praise, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Lord God, because Jesus Christ. We're Sagaryad, set in Chicago. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this nation, and to teach us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that these are the true children of Israel, and that you need to repent and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and faith in Yahweh Shai. And we're here today. Again, we got our dear brother Ernie Serrano. So it seems like we've been seeing this movie over and over again for far too long. Another unarmed Hispanic man killed in cold blood by the police, by our oppressors. And I mean, this has just been prevalent this whole year. Really, our whole lifetime has been prevalent, but it's something that's scriptural, that we see in the scriptures that this would happen to the children of God, to the Israelites. Let me get that in Zechariah.
Zechariah chapter 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay them. And we know here in America, our possessors predominantly would be the Edomites, who predominantly make up the police force. You know, and even police officers who aren't Edomites, you know, Ishmaelites, Elamites, whoever they be, the police force still oppresses the children of Israel here in America, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But the scriptures in Zechariah says, whose possessors slay them. And what else do they do?
And hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And that's exactly what we see here in America, our possessors slaying us and holding themselves not guilty. Actually, keep it right. But yeah, that's exactly what we see here in America. We see the possessors slaying us and holding themselves not guilty and feeling like they're doing the Lord's work by killing off who they see as, you know, super predators, as thugs.
John 16 and 2. They shall put you out of the synagogue. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth him will think he doeth God's service.
Whosoever killeth him will think he doeth God's service. That's in line with whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. They don't feel guilty for killing us because they feel like they're doing God's service. You know, and
Lamentations chapter 4 and 18. They let our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
We cannot go in our streets. This man Ernie was murdered in the grocery store. So our people can't even go to the grocery stores to get food to feed ourselves without being murdered in cold blood. He was choked out, just like our brother George Floyd was choked out. And they're trying to say that wasn't the reason for his death. The reason for his death was he had drugs in his system, and that's what killed him. Like come on, bro. Like we've seen this scene far too often here in America, and we see it far too often happen to our people, happen to the children of God, to the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me that in Psalms.
This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
So he sitteth and lurketh. The white man is like a predator. Esau is like a predator. He lurks our steps. Just like it's in Lamentations, and he waits for the innocent. Keep going.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
His eyes are privily set against the poor. Who's the poor here in America? Again, the children of Israel. We've been under these curses. The book of Revelation says the Most High knows Yahushua knows our poverty, but we are rich. But still in this land, under these oppressions, under these curses, we are the poor. And that's who Esau, who our oppressor, seeketh out to kill us and to do all these things to us, and us being the poor.
Psalms 10:9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
As a lion in his den.
He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth himself into his net.
So we're falling into the trap that Esau has laid for us. These laws that he set up against the children of Israel, against the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to keep us oppressed. We walk right into these traps, being that we are in this downtrodden state, and that's how we end up being shot down, being killed in cold blood, being strangled by our oppressors.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that held them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go.
It says the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, because this isn't just something we see happening to the southern kingdom or to the northern kingdom. That this is happening to both of us together because we've been oppressed together in this land. And that's prophecy, that's written in the book, thus saith the Most High. Yeah.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Go to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Because he knows that he has a short time. Esau knows he has a short time. He knows his time is up. Being the top, being the head, and us being the tail. So these things are going to continue to happen to us. We're going to continue to get gunned down, to get killed by our oppressor, to overdose on drugs, to fall into the traps that are laid for us to fall into.
1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
And it called the devil a roaring lion. And we just read in that past verse that he lies in wait for us as a lion, as a prey, as a predator, as a predator, and we're the prey. And that just goes to show that Esau, that the white man, that Edom is the devil, and who is Satan, who the Bible talks about.
Right. This is Psalms chapter 94, verse 21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous.
Against the soul of the righteous. We know the children of Israel, the children of the Most High God, were the righteous in his eyes. And what do they do though?
And condemn the innocent blood.
And condemn the innocent blood. Because all this bloodshed that's happening on America is innocent blood. They came over here and shed all that innocent blood of the Native Americans of the Northern Kingdom that was already here. And they condemn that blood. That they put it to condemnation. Because they're the oppressor, they're the lion that walketh around the earth right now. Exactly. And they've been doing it. This isn't something new. Exactly. There's no new thing under the sun.
But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge.
But the Lord is our defense, and He's the rock of our refuge. But how do we get the Lord to be our defense and our refuge? He was actually entered into a covenant with the Most High God. And we agreed that if we kept His commandments, we would get the blessings. But we also agreed, on the other hand, that if we disobeyed, that all these curses will come upon us.
John 9:31. No, now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Heareth not sinners. And what is sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. So when we're in sin, when we're transgressing the laws of the Most High God, that's how we become sinners and how we don't get heard by the Most High God.
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth His will, him He heareth.
But that's how we get the Most High God on our side, to be our refuge and to be our strength and to be our rock, by hearing Him and by doing what He says, but by carrying out the covenant that our ancestors and us came into with Him.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all His commandments and His statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Shall come upon us and overtake us. And that's what's continually happening with the nation of Israel, with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Even when we do get things right, we can only hold on to that for a short period of time till we start going off again, till we start breaking the laws of the Most High God, and in turn we bring these curses back on us. Praise God. And this is one of these curses that we will bring upon us if we keep transgressing these laws.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemy.
Smitten before thine enemies. And that's what we see nowadays all throughout America, is the children of Israel getting smitten. On live TV, we see it on Twitter, on social media. We see, actually, that's what we see. We see this curse happening out in real life, in real time. Us being smitten before our enemies.
Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
And you know, Jake, as soon as he sees the oppressor, as soon as he sees Esau, as soon as he sees the cops, that's all we do is we flee. Because we know he's coming. We know the curse of the law is coming. As soon as we see them cops pull up, as soon as we see 12.
They ain't even got shit on us.
Exactly. We flee 7 ways before the oppressor, before our enemy.
And that's more than likely how the brother felt, Ernie.
God, exactly.
It's Isaiah 51 and 20. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net.
As a wild bull in the net. We lie on these streets here in America, being smitten before our enemies. As the curse says would happen to us. Just as the curse says would happen, just as the words of the Most High say will happen, that's exactly what has happened to us. It's all been, it has been written. The Most High has declared the end from the beginning. So we know that us transgressing these laws isn't going to do anything else but bring these curses upon us.
The book of Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
So we be destroyed, and we've been destroyed. When we were destroyed in 70 AD, we were destroyed during the transatlantic slave trade, 1619. During all these times, we've been destroyed because we haven't done anything but disobey the Most High God.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. When he forsook God, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
when we forsake the Most High God, and when we lightly esteem Him, when we don't give praise to the Most High God for everything that He has done for us, for making us above all nations, for giving us a covenant to even have the opportunity to get these blessings bestowed upon us. When we make light of that, these things happen to us. And they're going to continue to happen to us until we start keeping these commandments, until we start doing something different than what we've been doing for the past millennia, you know?
Psalms 81 and 11. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up to their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsel. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto Him, but their time should have endured forever.
Exactly. And that's just reiterating. If we come back to these laws, the Most High will fight for us. He will smite our enemies, and He'll work for us as our God. But as long as we're disobedient and we're not obeying, that's when He turns His back to us, and that's when He lets the wicked on the earth do what they will with us. You know, that's when He makes us the tail and the heathen the head. You got that in 29?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness.
You look around, we're in downtown Chicago right now. We just had a brother up here groping as if it was dark, you know, babbling and saying his heart's lust. Every weekend down here, it's a prevalent thing. You see this all across America. It's not just here in Chicago. But keep on with that.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
We shall not prosper in our ways. And the brother Ernie being killed in a grocery store as he was trying to get some food for his family, that's him not prospering in his ways. But I'll tell you what, I'm not saying this for certain, but I'm willing to make a bet that he was not following the laws of the Most High God. Because so many of our people aren't. So many of our people are ignorant to what we have to do, what the Most High requires of us. And because of that ignorance, we stay in sin and we get these curses put upon us. But
Book of Psalms chapter 9 verse 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed.
a refuge for the oppressed.
A refuge in times of trouble.
A refuge in times of trouble. In times of Jacob's trouble. We've been going through Jacob's trouble, not to the extent of what it's going to be. But ever since 7 AD, ever since we fell from being a kingdom
Shalom, what's going on? It's your brother Chief Priest Allah Lawyer, aka the Gorilla Hebrew, and I'm just letting y'all know I just dropped my official clothing line, Urban Gorilla. Go to urbangorilla.com right now to check us out, man, and pick something up. There's URBNGRLA.com. We got all kind of items for men, women, children, even infants, as well as fragrance oil, smell goods. You can also check out Hebrew Israelite Clothing Co., another Sakari business, on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can hit up deaconsakari.com to get your plug on the scarves, the music, and the children's Bibles. Thanks for your time. All praise to the Most High. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.
The children of